Good morning, everyone. How are you this morning? It is Monday, Make a Card Monday. And sorry I haven't been on in a while, but you know, life. So I'm here today, Monday, April the 13th. And I'm going to be making a card for the Global Design Project Challenge. Just bringing it up on my iPad here. There we go. And their theme today was patterns. Something like, I put a picture of it on my Facebook, but I think it's patterns. So I wanted to use my paper pumpkin kit because I didn't use it a whole lot last week. So yeah, I thought I would use it today to create a card for Make a Card Monday. So I just wanted to mention, oh, I should introduce myself. I think I forgot. My name is Debbie Scott, and I'm your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Brigden, Ontario. And I'm also part of the Paper Pumpkin Creatives design team, which Rachel Tessman puts together. This is Rachel right here. And she does all the hard work for us every month. We send her our tutorial and she puts it all together and gets it all ready for us. So what that is some alternative projects using the Paper Pumpkin kit. So if you subscribe through me for Paper Pumpkin, then you would get the tutorials from all of these ladies for free for the month. If you already have a demonstrator, or you've already received this kit, obviously, this is March's kit. If you would still like the tutorial, you can purchase through me for $15 US. So everyone does a tutorial for an alternative project. I believe this month there are 1 2-page layout and 2 1-page layouts, and then the rest are cards. And you don't just get my tutorial, you get everyone's tutorials. So Rachel put together a little sneak peek so you can see just a little bit of the projects that everyone has created. And there's some absolutely gorgeous projects with this kit, especially using the stamps. You can kind of see right here where some of the girls have stamped that little floral image. There's 2 stamp sets in this month's kit. Oh, it doesn't even show them. I've got it right here. This is just kind of my extra bits. I still have one more layout I want to make with it. I haven't got around to doing that yet. So this is the one. I don't know, it might be kind of hard to see there, but that's all florals. Yeah, this big floral image. I really like it. And then there's a couple other ones there. And then there's also this stamp set with the 2 hummingbirds. And then it says, hello, birthday wishes, and wishing you a happy anniversary. So normally you just get 1, but this month we got 2 stamp sets. And this month was, what does that say, gray? Smoky slate ink, and then you get your instructions on how to put the cards together exactly as they are shown on the front here. But I always like to do alternatives with mine. Excuse me, which is what I am doing today. So if you want any more information about the tutorial kit, let me know and I can get you that information. But before I start, I did want to mention that on May the 2nd, I am doing a class in my home using the Brighten Your Day kit. We're going to be making 3 cards, and we're going to make them exactly as shown on the front here, but it's a little bit easier to see them in real. These laser cut images just make for absolutely beautiful cards and super quick projects too. So we're going to do 3 cards exactly as shown using this kit. And then we're also going to make 3 scrapbook pages using things from the kit and then a few little other things as well. So here's the first one. I'll just give you a quick sneak peek. And whoops, the second one, and then the third one. And that third one, if you're thinking, wow, that looks way too hard. Well, first of all, it's not really hard. It is time consuming because you have to cut up all the little pieces, but it's definitely not difficult. But if it looks too intimidating, you can definitely make one of the other 2 layouts, which were super, super quick layouts, using that pink and purple card base. So you don't have to do exactly as I just shown, but I do suggest giving it a try because it came together really quickly. So that one is on May the 2nd, and that is an in-person class. And you have to register by the 20th, which is coming up soon. So if you're interested in that, shoot me a message and I'll get you all the information. Okay, so we're going to make an alternative card today using Fluttering Garden. So we are going to use a white card base and a white layer. This is Whisper White. Willow White. White Willow. Goodness, I'll get it here one of these times. I don't use this white a lot. White Willow. And this white came from when we bought some things from Close to My Heart when they closed. So that color came from there. I find that it matches the white in the kits a little bit better than our basic white. So that's why I've used it today. There are some marks on here, but that's okay. We're going to cover them up. So we are going to use an envelope and we're going to cut it. So I'm going to show you how I cut my envelope for my card today. You're going to take your envelope, the short side here, and you're going to put it on your cutter and you're going to just go to the edge of the dark. So we're taking off like, I don't know, a 1/16 of an inch. I think that's what it is, a 1/16 of an inch, just like a tiny little sliver, just so that you get that fold. And then we're going to turn it around and we are going to do the same on this side. Sorry, I should move that down. So then your envelope will open up like that. So then we're going to cut right on this fold. This piece is going to be extra. And then we're going to cut 1-inch squares. Well, first we're going to do 1-inch strips. So I'm just lining it up with the 1 inch on my cutter. And then this piece is going to be extra as well that you can use for a different project. So you're going to end up with 4 strips, and then you're going to turn those and cut them into 1-inch squares. So I won't make you watch me do all of that because I have them ready. So you're going to get a bunch of squares with some white on it, and then you're going to get a bunch of squares with not so much white on it. Some of them have a little bit, most of them have none. So we're going to make our pattern going every other one. So my layer I have cut exactly the same as my card base. So it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then we're just going to start by alternating our pieces, and that's going to make our pattern. I just want to make sure before I start adhering them, I think this is right. Just want to make sure I have a plain one right there. I think I can start laying these down. Oh, that one goes up there. And the reason that I want that plain one in the center there is just because I'm going to lay down my greeting here, and I just want the ones with the pattern to show more than that center, that plain one. So that's the only reasoning for that. So I'm going to go ahead and start adhering these. So this is a very similar idea to that scrapbook layout that I just showed you. It's a great way to use card bases from a kit on a scrapbook layout. It's also a great way to use 6x6 papers on a 12x12 layout. Cut them into pieces and adhere them onto your layout, or in this case, your card. So as you see, I started with the outer two, and then I can just kind of eyeball where those middle two will go. So you can kind of tell by watching this process that that layout from my Brighten Your Day class isn't hard, but it will just take a little bit of time. So cut all your pieces and then lay them out. And you may think it's got to be perfect, but it really doesn't, because once you get your focal point on your card or on your layout, once you get your photos on your layout, people aren't going to be noticing if you have the exact same distance between every one of your little squares. Mine is absolutely not perfect. At a quick glance, maybe it looks perfect, but it's definitely not. So don't be afraid of these techniques that maybe look a little more daunting. Another way to make it a little easier is if you use a die to cut your squares. We have some die squares available for purchase. If you use those, then you know your squares are going to be exactly identical. So that definitely takes longer. Oops. But it does make it a little bit easier when you're putting it together. Because then you know they're going to line up perfectly. Especially if you are placing your squares, like butting them up together and not leaving the space in between. It is easier if you die cut your squares rather than just cutting them, because sometimes when you're cutting, you don't get it exactly perfect. So then you may find it frustrating when you're putting your background together. But for this one, that's why I did my layer the same size, because normally you would make your layer, I guess not normally, but a lot of the time we make our card layer a little bit smaller than our base. We'll make it 4 by 5 1/4. But I wanted to have a little bit of room for some white space in between my squares, and my squares are 1 inch by 1 inch. So that's why I went with 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So once we get those on there, we're going to pop this up. Let's see. Got some dimensionals here. I believe dimensionals came in this kit too. Yes, dimensionals, and we have some little gems as well in this one, which I've got right here. We're going to add those on in a minute. taking my backings off. If I had turned that one the other direction, that's what I meant to do. Put that little white piece over there so that you didn't see it. Oh well. Oh shoot, where's my little hummingbird? There he is. And then we're going to put a hummingbird here. So we're just going to add a dimensional on the back of his wings there. There we go. And I think I will add a glue dot under his body. I wasn't going to bother, but he kind of sticks up. So I'm going to stick a glue dot under there. There, that's better. I'm going to fold my card base here. So if you're watching the replay, feel free to comment. Let me know where you are watching from. It's nice to see who's out there. So before I adhere this, I grabbed some gold twine, I guess we'll call it. This is retired, but the gems in this kit have some gold flecks, so I thought that would look nice. I also did pull out this. It's retired now, but it was current in the fall. The gold trim is a little older than that, so if you happen to have this this trim from the fall, that would look nice as well. But I think I'm going to go ahead and use the gold so that it coordinates with my gems. So maybe you'll have some gold trim in your stash. I like to use things from my stash. Use up some of that old product so that you can make room for some new. I'm going to go around twice. And then I'm just using some tear and tape. There we go. Oh, a little bit of kitty hair on there. And then I think I will pop it up. I was going to do it flat, but I think I'll pop it up. So I'm just going to be careful not to put any more dimensionals behind where I've already got these ones. And that will kind of help it go through the mail better if you happen to be mailing your card. So we'll go on over on this side. Maybe we'll do one more at the top. I'm going to do one more at the bottom here. I'm going to try to get this on straight. I'm going to stand up so I can see a little bit better. There we go. And then we'll use our take your pick tool and add some of these gems. They had two different sizes. I love when they do that. So I think we'll do kind of two over here, a big one and a small one. Oops. And then we'll do a big one up here. And those gems are going to pull your eye around your card. I really like the gems that came in this one. They're really nice. Now, if we wanted to do the inside, we could stamp this on the inside. And what greeting? I'm so grateful for you. Birthday wishes. I like to have a lot of birthday cards on hand. Seem to be the most popular. But you know what? I think I might leave it. Sometimes I don't put my greeting on the inside because I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet. I'm going to grab my smoky slate. And I'm just going to use my regular stamp pad. I think I will do this one. Just kind of in the bottom corner here. Or we could do it all the way along. I think I'll just do it in the bottom corner. Not quite. I need a bigger block. I haven't used this stamp yet, so I'm going to give it a try here. I have my new catalog here beside me. And it starts the beginning of May. So I can't show you the inside yet, but let me tell you, there are so many amazing products in there. I loved this catalog. Perfect. Just to add a little something on the inside there. So you can see on this card, they've used that one to go all the way across the front. Looks like they've stamped it 1, 2, 3, 4 times there. Yeah. So there we go. So just a quick card for today. And I don't think I will be back on Wednesday this week because I have an appointment on Wednesday afternoon. So I have some other things I need to get done. But I am going to try to play with this again this week so I can post another layout. We'll see how that goes. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.